What's going on with everybody, man? Welcome back to another stream, 8:43 p.m. or a.m. out here on the West Coast. It's been it's been a weird morning in terms of like how it's looking outside. Um, you know, Yesterday I got on stream and we were just talking about a lot of stuff here. I mean, talking about players that need to leave, players that do need to stay, but it's looking more than likely that they're going to end up leaving anyway, on top of just reviewing the entire season and how bad it truly was. But in this stream today, we're going to go over more of Enzo Fernandez's departure from the club in terms of where he's going to end up going, in my opinion, on top of, I'm going to do a tier list on this stream about which players need to be kept, which players need to be sold, and asking the real questions on why is this player even here in the first place, and they're absolutely being sold. Then in my next stream, I will be doing the players, in my opinion, that we do need to sign. Now, this is all just what I would like to see rather than what the club is going to do, because we all know the club is not going to go after any of the players that I'm going to mention, unfortunately, because the owners don't listen to any of the fans' opinions, apparently, in terms of what kind of quality we need in the squad. So if you're new here, drop a like, drop a sub, comment in the chat, get your opinions in there. I read just about every single comment that comes through. And I'm stressing this in every stream. If you are under a certain age of 17, I do not want you coming into this chat at all. It's just for my protection, and just because I do cuss in my streams, I do talk about not explicit content, but the way that I talk about things is no filter, as my channel's called No Filter Chelsea. So no racism, no homophobic remarks, no sexism, anything like that. That's not what my channel is for. It's just for talking about sports, talking about football, and talking about, the stuff that makes me happy, right? But before I get started on the actual football talk, congratulations to the New York Knicks, bro. Let me just say this. I'm not a New York Knicks fan at all, but I do have a soft spot for them because I've always wanted to see them, at least win a championship in my lifetime, and now they're 4 wins away. So I'm praying for you, New York, because the Knicks fans absolutely deserve it. But we're going to go ahead now and get into just talking about Enzo Fernandez's departure. That's going to be seeming more and more imminent now. There's a few things here that I'm going to touch on before I get to my tier list. And the tier list is going to probably take up a lot of this video, or a lot of this stream rather, because there's a lot of players I need to talk about and why they don't need to be here anymore. So let me go ahead and flip over to Twitter, because we all know that's everyone's favorite source of news nowadays. So the first order of business here, man, we'll go ahead and let me get my, actually, yeah, I'll do it like this. That's fine. Actually, no, let me get this overlay up right quick, bro. All right. So, actually, let me do this real quick. It's always a tough thing on what I want to do. Okay, I'll just do this and I'll read it to you guys. So we have here from Chelsea Transfer, right? Enzo Fernandez's camp has already made Chelsea's hierarchy aware of the midfielder's desire to leave and are now unwilling to engage in any new contract talks. Real Madrid's recruitment department now believe Fernandez would represent the superior long-term fit. Florentino Perez views Fernandez as one of the centerpieces of his upcoming presidential campaign and has ordered an extensive groundwork on a potential deal. Real Madrid believe they now have a clear understanding of the financial structure required to tempt Chelsea into negotiations. There's not going to be any temptation. The brother wants out because clearly the contract that he's looking for, he's not going to get at Chelsea. And the ambitions aren't matching what he wants in his career. We all know that already. Enzo is also being presented internally as a marquee objective. Importantly, Jose Mourinho is understood to be a huge admirer of Fernandez and has made it clear he would welcome the opportunity to build his midfield around the Chelsea captain. And if Jose wants him, you know what, bro? Like, I will, you can have him at this point, right? Like, as much as I want the brother to stay, as much as I want him to still be wearing that Chelsea blue, I think he's all but gone. And sadly, there's people in this fan base that continue to say that we would be better without him. You guys are going to see by the end of next season why we needed him in this squad. I'm just saying, bro. I just think a lot of you people don't understand the impact that he has on our team, for one. And two, the fact that this club, the ownership rather, is not willing to give him the contract he wants. And I saw something earlier about how much he's actually on. I think he's on like 180 grand a week or whatever. There's no reason why this club couldn't be paying him 250 a week. With the way that he's played this season, and you have Wes at 200 grand a week, there's no reason. If he's getting 200 grand a week, why can't Enzo Fernandez get 230, 250 grand a week? It just doesn't make any sense, right? And then, this here also, there are mixed feelings about just how keen Alonso is to keep Enzo. Fernandez himself is open to a move, with Enzo Maresca said to be keen to making him part of the post-Pep era at Man City. And I hear it, I understand it, but Chelsea would be stupid to sell him within the Premier League. They would be stupid as hell to do that. You're just making a direct rival even better. You don't need to do that, but they need to generate funds. They need to generate money, because they're so in the shit and we're sell to buy right now. So there's no reason why they wouldn't sell him to Man City. But in my opinion, where do I think he's realistically going? I think he ends up in Madrid. I think he ends up there. And I'd rather see him in Madrid than see him anywhere else. Like, even if he went to PSG, I wouldn't be too like pissed off over it. But him going to Man City, you're asking for the fans, this entire fan base, to be in an uproar even more. Even if we are getting over 120 million, because there will be a Premier League tax, there will be a Man City tax as well. You're going to have to just strip them of essentially all their transfer funds just to get Enzo. I think realistically, he's going to go to Real Madrid, and you're going to end up seeing them playing in the white kit next season rather than that sky blue. If we're going to keep it a buck, I've been saying this, it's a missed opportunity, bro. Like, it's a real missed opportunity that this club signed him 3.5 years ago, and you've yet to really build the right team around this brother. Now you get Caicedo in the summer, cool, fine. You get Cole Palmer. Nobody knew what he was going to do in his first season. But since then, you haven't really signed anybody to actually help and build a team around him. And he goes to Man City, he goes to Real Madrid. Those two teams are already ready-made to compete at the highest level. This is why it's a missed opportunity. It really, really is. And, wherever he goes, I'm always going to support him no matter where he goes, because I do think he's a good player. I think he's honestly a great player that a lot of Chelsea fans are going to start seeing once he leaves. You guys missed out on a potential world-class player that is going to just explode wherever he goes next. That's just my opinion, man. I mean, I think a lot of Chelsea fans, man, are just like, you guys are just missing the point, and why him leaving, especially if he goes to Man City, is going to be a huge problem. A huge problem. So there's a couple things here I do want to show before I go into my tier list, because the tier list, I'm telling you this now, man. There's going to be some players that I'm going to be putting in the sell category that you guys are going to be like, why sell him? I'll tell you why after this. So there's an update on this brother here. Esteval is expected to return to the pitch. Hold on, let me go ahead and make sure I'm showing this. All right. Esteval is expected to return to the pitch in early August. As a result, he is expected to miss Chelsea's preseason and the start of the 26-27 Premier League season. That's fine. I predicted that. He's not going to be available for the preseason. He's not going to be available probably for the first couple games of the season, and that's fine. He needs to rest and recover, R&R. In my opinion, he needs to get the surgery, but we'll see how he looks after this. You need to protect him next season. And I think Alonso knows that he's one player that he cannot force back early. Otherwise, we'll be in the same position. He'll miss majority of the season because of his legs. He's fatigued. He's going to get injured. Protect this brother at all costs. We were saying the same thing about Reece James. You need to say the same thing about Esteban William, bro. Otherwise, you're going to ruin his career before he turns 21. Like, it's just something you need to do, man. You really, really do. So hopefully he's back 100% by the third or fourth game of the season. This I saw this morning, and I found this to be kind of wild. Chelsea have asked Newcastle about Sandro Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes, and I spoke on him yesterday about how if you're going to sell Enzo, you go get Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle. It doesn't matter if he's an 8. It doesn't matter if he doesn't play via 6. You need somebody like his profile in the squad. During these conversations, Newcastle have asked about the availability of Liam Delap and Josh Achiampong, who is not available for a transfer this summer, only on loan. Newcastle are believed to hearing offers for their star midfielders. Who would you take? Would you take either of them at Chelsea? I would take both of them, honestly. But if I had to choose between one of the two, I'm taking Bruno. I'm taking Bruno every day of the week. You know, I would absolutely do it. But this is only if Alonso says, I want to go get Bruno at Newcastle. And then I think the board at that point would be like, I don't know, it's too much money, but you guys are willing to spend 70 million on a fucking wonder kid, bro. Like, go get some fucking experience, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when I get to my tier list, you're gonna be able to generate funds to go get players like Sandro Tonali, like Bruno Guimaraes, right? You're gonna have to do something like that. Otherwise, we'll be cooked even more. And this right here, this is what I want to see, honestly. Sources have suggested that Nicholas Jackson will be open to the idea at staying at Chelsea. He said in the past he wants to be a Chelsea legend. Just give him a second chance, bro. Give him a second chance. Why not? Unless Chelsea fans really want to keep Liam Delap, bro. Like unless that's what you all really want to do. But realistically, do I think he's going to end up staying? I think Chelsea are going to end up fucking selling him. And I think it's going to be a mistake if you do that. We would have been, I think, more lethal in the attack if we had him in the squad other than Liam Delap, bro. That's just me. And this guy here has some concepts for the new jerseys and stuff like that for next season. I'm not really a fan of the home jersey, honestly. I think it looks honestly ridiculous. I don't like the giant badge in the middle. But yeah, this comment here. I feel the lion logo should be used for the away or third kits, but not the home kit. This is the start of Blue Coat removing our badge we all love. Is that Jalen Brunson right there? he looks like him, honestly. I thought he was just, but that because the Knicks won the Eastern Conference yesterday. But just going over a few of these kids, the Coca-Cola logo looks pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie. I do like that one, honestly. You should put like clown makeup on him, to be honest. Hugo Boss. Okay. I wouldn't mind that. Rolex. Or, I mean, like, I don't even see the point of a front of shirt sponsor if you got this giant badge right here. No. But let me go ahead and come over here real quick. It's like I've said, man. I mean, I feel like a lot of these news stories that we're starting to see now, and then you got the Champions League final on Saturday. If Arsenal win that, bro, I mean, you want to talk about one of the most embarrassing seasons that, from a Chelsea perspective, that we've ever seen. I just don't want to see it. I can't bear to think of Arsenal winning the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season. I think that's going to be an absolute disgrace. But hopefully PSG can do a job on them, and because I did hear about how Mikel Arteta said, like, we're going to be champions of Europe or whatever. If you're already promising that, bro, PSG, please, oh please, just beat these motherfuckers, man. I wouldn't be able to handle it. But now we are here to go over this tier list. Hopefully this freaking ad on the bottom doesn't necessarily ruin everything. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do this tier list. So in this tier list, right, I have, and I did a video on this a few months ago. And, you know, I had players in here that I felt like should leave, that we should not sell. And now we're going to actually go over this player by player and just talk about each and every single one. Because if you look at this squad, bro, it's not good enough, man. Like, it's just not good enough. Let me go ahead and I can show you guys this. It's just not good enough, bro. Right? Let's see. Let's do this one. It's whatever. It's just not good enough, bro. And, you know, I have it put into 5 different tiers here. Not for sale. Players I wouldn't even negotiate a transfer fee for. Keeping the squad. Loan. You send them out on loan. Sell. You absolutely sell them. And why are you here? Is the final part. So the first player we see here, Robert Sanchez. We sell. We need to upgrade. There's no more of this. Let's try to give him some more time. No, we need to sell him. I think because he's even come out and said, I think as early as today, saying he's not really trying to be the number 2 goalkeeper. So I think you need to sell. I think you need to cut your losses. I think you seriously need to look at teams in Spain, teams in the Premier League should be looking at Robert Sanchez and trying to get him off our hands. Wesley Fofana. Why are you here, bro? You're on 200 grand a week, and you've been putting in shit performance after shit performance after shit performance after shit performance, bro. Get out. He's no longer needed. Marseille, please help us out. Levi Colwell, not in the why are you here category. Absolutely not. Not even in the loan category. We're throwing you not for sale. I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't even entertain offers. I just wouldn't entertain any offers for him. Thaddeus Shield, Sell. Cucurella. Sell. I think his time is done. I think Atletico Madrid are going to be the team that end up trying to grab him. And for me, it's a long time coming. You question why we paid $62 million in the first place when he came from Brighton to Chelsea, but even then, he had one good season and a half, maybe only one good season, and people were calling him the best left back in the Premier League. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. Tosin, you sell. That's pure profit because we got him on a free. Flip Jorgensen, why are you here? Slonina, why are you here? Who's that? Sar? I wouldn't sell him. He needs to develop. Bringing him from Strasbourg and then bringing him in to this Chelsea first team when they were in the mud was the wrong move. You stifled his development. Trev, I'm sorry, but I've seen people say that he needs to be kept in the squad. I'm sorry. I'm selling. We need monsters in the back, bro. We need elite center backs in the back. And I'm just going to keep it a buck, man. I would sell him. I would sell him. And I don't know if that's too crazy to say, but it's just how I feel about him now. I mean, he's been here long enough now, honestly, he's been here long enough now, and just for me, he hasn't been good enough, man. He just has not been good enough at all. Reece James, we all know. Why are you here, bro? No, I'm kidding. He's absolutely in this category up there. Not for sale. Never going to be for sale. Malagusto, sell. Enzo, if it was me, I'm putting in not for sale. But because he's going to end up leaving, honestly, you sell him. That's going to be your money generator this entire transfer window. It's unfortunate because if it was me, I'm putting him up here. But because he's leaving, that's where he's going. And it sucks to say that because I don't think we should sell him. I think we should give him the contract he's looking for and actually respect the brother, because I think the club is absolutely disrespecting the hell out of him. I mean, look how much already. Look at all the players already that are in the cell, and why are you here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 10 players already that need to be gone. Maybe not Enzo, but 10 players that need to be gone. The Achiampong, loan. Isugo, loan. Palmer, not in loan. I'd keep him. Not that he's not for sale, but I'd keep him because I think Xabi Alonso is going to give him one season and prove himself under him. And I think if he doesn't show up next season and he underperforms, I think Chelsea may entertain a sale for him. I really, really do. And I would hate that, probably more than Enzo leaving. So I'd keep Palmer for right now. But if he doesn't perform next season, Chelsea need to cut their losses. Liam Delap. If there was a separate category for Liam Delap, I would do it. Why are you here? You sell him. So that's already 11 players. João Pedro, we all know, not for sale. Barcelona can keep trying, bro. It's not going to happen. Julian Alvarez would probably be the guy that they go after. They don't have enough money to get João Pedro and Julian Alvarez, bro. They just don't. Gittins, I'm sorry. Sell. Garnacho, why are you here? Andre Santos, wouldn't sell him. I said yesterday I would put him on loan. I'd probably keep him at this point. Romeo Lavia, sell. Mark Guiu, sell. I mean, good God, bro. And Esteval, absolutely not for sale. Now, I feel like I am missing Caicedo somewhere. Now, I don't. No, he's not even on here. That's wild. But we all know Caicedo would be up in the not for sale area. So if you take a look at this list, how many players, and there's a major difference from this tier list than my previous tier list that I did earlier on in the season. Look how many players are in the not for sale and keep category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 players in this squad shouldn't even be here. But if I'm being realistic, I would put Enzo in the not for sale. So that's 17 players, realistically, that you're looking at. And it's like, this is how bad the squad is. The lack of quality is there, man. The depth in the squad is horrendous. That's how bad we are, man. And if you're able to sell all these players here, there's no Pedro Neto also, which is kind of wild. I don't know why a lot of these players aren't even there. But Pedro Neto, I would put in the sell category. So that's 18, right? Or 19 players. You got to sell 19 players to generate probably close to 300 to 400 million, bro. And giving this ownership that kind of money is very, very scary. It's very scary. Hold on a second. What the hell happened? Hold on. What the fuck happened, bro?